This is the Mexico Revealed podcast.
Hello and welcome to Mexico Revealed, episode 12.
You did it again. The audio went out with the screaming. I don't know if it's the volume or the pitch level
It's
that
funny.
caused it to just go out, but it does.
It's the comedic timing.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not
Doing
sure, Melissa,
purpose.
if we are episode 12. Do you know? Can you
Just
confirm
look it up.
that? So our last episode's 11?
Yeah.
Okay, nice job. Way to research.
Yep.
Did you look at that on the website or somewhere else?
Spotify.
On Spotify. Very good. One of our platforms
Yes,
where you
12.
can
Plug.
right? Where you can find us amongst other podcast platforms, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, etc. We're also
We also
on
have our
YouTube.
own website, Mexico Revealed.
Yeah, you can
.com.
listen. Exactly. You can listen right directly from the website. You can find
That's
us
right.
if you want the video version. We're on YouTube, so check us out there. But anyway, we're excited to have y'all back. And we've talked about in the past about all the variety of ways that you can experience Mexico, right? Where you can go to the beach, you can go to the colonial towns, you can go to big cities like Mexico City, you can travel by air, you can travel by car. We've done both of those, haven't we? Remember some of those car trips we did?
Those were
Oh
long.
yeah.
Yeah, Mexico's a big country, and you can drive for a long time. And so those are some of the ways. But then, of course, another way that you can visit Mexico for maybe kind of a sampler sort of experience is on a cruise ship. And all of five of us together did a cruise, plus Mike, didn't we? Back in December. We did a cruise out of Galveston and went down to Mexico on the Allure of the Seas on Royal Caribbean. You can check out one of our prior episodes if you'd like to learn more about that experience. But one member of our cast here had the chance to go on another cruise to Mexico. Sam, he was down there. He just recently graduated and had a chance to go on a little graduation trip on a cruise to Mexico. And so we thought Sam could tell us a little bit about that, the experience, maybe do a review of the ship, the experience, and maybe some comparisons to the Allure of the Seas and how that went. But so Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit about, why don't you give us an overview, first of all? What was the cruise?
Okay.
Where did you leave? Kind of what was your itinerary?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
So I went on the Carnival Dream, which is one of the cruise lines for Carnival, and I went out of Galveston to three places. Two of them are in Mexico, Costa Maya and Cozumel, and then the other one was Belize. And
Very
then we
nice.
kind of just went around the Gulf of Mexico for a couple days as well. It was a 6-day trip, I think.
Mhm. Like a couple days at sea or something.
Yeah.
Cozumel.
So Belize is one where we haven't stopped there, and some of those other trips. So I'm curious to hear about that. But
Yeah.
also out of Galveston, right? So again, if you're in Texas, that is a tremendously convenient way to do a cruise, wouldn't you say? I mean,
Yeah.
Sam, you just drove down with the friends. Did someone park their car down there? Is that the same way we did it? Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We drove two separate cars for the friend group, for the graduation friend group, and
Mhm.
we split up and then met together on the cruise ship.
Yeah, you can just
After
park,
we
Awesome.
drove. Yeah.
get on the ship. You don't have to deal with airports or anything like that. So that's a great way to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
So step one, move to Texas.
there you go.
Step
Yeah.
two, then you can
Although
have a
people in
hassle-free
Florida,
cruise
yeah,
experience.
people in Florida might say you should move to Florida because you can just drive and get on the cruise ship there too. And there's like way more cruises out of Florida than Texas. But
Yeah.
we like Texas. But
Yeah, Texas is Texas. Where are you going
But
to?
Galveston is convenient, so that was good. So
Yeah.
Sam, tell us a little bit about the ship.
Um, it's definitely gonna be a little bit of a step down from the Allure of the Seas that we went on earlier, but it's also a lot more affordable. But it's still really fun. There's lots of activities to do, and it's a good cruise ship to go on. Like if you have a bunch of friends, it's a lot less formal, and you can, I don't know, play
So
around a
it's
lot.
a younger
Yeah.
group of people you think that go on the carnival.
Definitely for a younger audience, I would say.
What were some of the activities?
They had lots of quizzes. Like one of the quizzes was Harry Potter trivia or like Lord of the Rings trivia,
Ooh,
which I think Caroline probably would have done pretty well
That's awesome.
in that one. They had lots of
Caroline's kind of our trivia queen in the group.
yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
I don't
Just
know.
store
We're all
it.
into trivia. Caroline just knows a lot of the topics that all the trivia are about.
Nerdy topics.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. I mean, I could do well with like the 80s type of stuff or that sort of thing, but I'm not going to do very well on Harry Potter. But that sounds good. So lots of trivia. What else, Sam?
They had some karaoke. We went karaokeing every time it was there. So I got out onto the dance floor and not dance floor, onto the stage and did some singing. Some of it was pretty bad with some of my friends, but that's kind of the whole point of going karaoke. Like none of it's ever gonna be any good. So you just gotta go out there and have some confidence.
What songs?
Thanks.
Yeah.
We sang a bunch of songs. I don't know. I sang Fresh Eyes by Andy Grammer. And then
Wait,
together
give
as a
us a
group.
sample.
Yeah, I don't know that song. Maybe I do.
Oh, come on.
So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe she's mine.
Nice. That was
But
that was a good little singing sample, Sam. Nicely done.
But
Well,
yeah,
and
wonder
You
what.
did some group songs too.
Yeah, we did some group songs. I can't really remember which ones we did, but it was fun to say the least.
And you came home with 2 medals. So what was that
Oh
from?
yeah, those are from dancing competitions.
You won both?
Yeah. Although I didn't win both of them because people like you cheer for whoever you wanted to win, and like there's some girls that were like throwing it back and everybody liked that one, so they would all cheer for that.
Of course, Carnival.
They were what? They were doing what?
Like doing some
Shaking their
scandalous
behind.
dances.
Oh boy. To try and win the award, huh?
It works.
Kind of like
Yeah.
social media, huh?
Kind of, yeah.
The things people will do to get attention, huh?
I will say some of the downs of the Carnival Dream. I'd say one thing would be the pools. There's only like 2 pools in the entire ship, and they're not all that large. So if you want to go swimming, you have to go at a time where like nobody else is going to be swimming, which is
So
kind of
it's
annoying.
more just lay out by the pool, like on a lounge chair.
Mhm.
Feel the ocean breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Allure of the Seas, we just kind of swam in that front area, right? Isn't that kind of where we hung out?
The adult pool.
That was like a solarium or something like that. But there wasn't something like that on the Dream, huh, Sam?
No.
Although I do have to say, on the Allure of the Seas, our karaoke wasn't that great. I mean, we just went to the one karaoke and it was like a kids karaoke, remember? And I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
It was
just
a tough crowd.
It was
Really tough crowd.
yeah, it was too crowded too. Like there wasn't enough area for everybody.
there's a little bit more space in the karaoke on the Dream, Sam.
Yeah, there was plenty of seats for everybody.
Yeah, because Karaoke is like, you go on a cruise, you have to do karaoke, even if you're like not good at karaoke. But the room that they did the karaoke in on the Allure of the Seas was like really, really small.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta give people space, huh?
People say to dance while you sing.
Yeah, exactly. Get your groove on. Maybe not as much as those girls that were winning the dance competition, but
Yeah.
oh man. So the pools, obviously it's a smaller ship. Any other activities that you did, Sam?
Or activity.
I mean, of course they had a casino on board and also like arcades and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They had some decent food options. The line for the food court though, like
The
you know,
buffet?
like the buffet, yeah, that it's very long all the time. I like how in the Allure of the Seas, like you had like stations so you can get individual items that you wanted. But in Carnival Dream, it's just one long line. So if you want something at like the end, you have to wait to get through everybody.
Mm-hmm,
That's rough.
Right,
So-
right. You just have to go through one
You got
row
one
of
chance.
food, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you try and go back for more? Would you have to go back to the end of the line if you wanted to go back and get some more?
I mean, if it was just like one thing, maybe you could
Mm-hmm.
maybe sneak in,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
How
It
was
was
the
kind of
quality
long.
of the food there, though? What would you think about
It was
that?
good. They had a hamburger place that served hamburgers, and then they had pizza 24/7. I know on Allure of the Seas it closed at like 2 a.m.,
Right.
which may not make that big a difference if you're going to bed at like 12, but it was open 24/7, and I don't know, the food options were good. I had the eggs Benedict for breakfast some of the times.
Wow.
No.
Dapper guy.
And of
Was
course
that-
they have like the scheduled dinners as well.
Was the eggs Benedict for breakfast, was that in the dining room or was that in the buffet or where'd you
That's in the
get that?
buffet. They have it
The
in the
buffet.
buffet. Yeah.
Nice. Good option. So Sam, at any point during the cruise, did you actually go and get pizza later than 2 a.m.? To test
Yes.
This is after the dance competition. probably.
Yeah, they had the club. Oh yeah, we went clubbing every night as well.
Oh man. Okay. How was that?
It was fun.
How did that? I guess on the Allure we did a
Mitchell,
little-
I learned a lot that he's big into clubbing.
Oh yeah.
Goes hard, yeah.
Well,
Knows all the
he's-
words, all the songs. It was kind of like not very good songs. There's two DJs on board, and one of them was just outright terrible. He played like early 2000s beginning rap music, and it was interesting.
Did you take requests?
No.
No.
Well, those Europeans are way into clubbing, Sam. So
Yeah.
there you go. Right, Marianne?
Yeah, when I was in Europe, I went out to
Clubbing.
the night. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So how was the food in the dining room?
I actually really like the food. Probably even a little bit better than Allure of the Seas. Maybe that's just because it's more suited for my age, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the foods weren't as
Corn dog.
as intricate, but I
A little
still
bit.
really liked it.
It's a little bit more straightforward.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Well, it sounds like, yeah, because on the Allure of the Seas, we didn't do, I mean, there's a lot of just really cool different areas, but there wasn't like a big, I don't know, we never really went clubbing or, I mean, we had that dance area, but it was kind of small. So there's a lot of different things, but they're kind of smaller too, like where you could go the dancing or the karaoke or like the music area where we did like the music trivia, the jazz club.
That was the best.
Yeah. So you did have a lot of variety, but they were maybe smaller spaces. So that's kind of interesting what you're saying, Sam. So They just know that there's going to be interest in those activities. So there's maybe fewer activities, but a little bit better accommodations for them, maybe.
So with these Mexican ports, did they like do some Mexican type things on the cruise ship? Like fiesta night or
Not really.
samba dancing or
Maybe they probably had some international music festivals
Yeah.
in there.
Did they have any shows? Like on the Allure of the Seas, we went to Mamma Mia, and then there was like the water show. Were there any like shows
Yeah,
at night or movies or things like that?
yeah, they had some movies like the new Wakanda movie and a couple of
Black
shows,
Panther.
comedy shows, but like it wasn't anything near as good as Allure of the Seas.
They didn't have like a Broadway type show.
Mm-mm.
no, because everybody was going to the club.
Going to the club.
Yeah. Club.
Well, yeah, but you can't do, I mean, you can still go to the club after the show, right?
Probably.
So what did you do any activities in your ports?
Yep. Yeah, we did activities on every
Everyone.
stop.
So what was your first stop, Sam?
First stop was Costa Maya.
Okay.
And
where we also stopped on Allure of the Seas. So what did you do there, Sam?
we went to Mayan ruins. It's like 45 minutes away from port.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Jack Joben, and you go on like a little tour, and then they have like some shops after, and it's actually a really nice tour because it's not like a super long hour and a half in the heat with mosquitoes everywhere tour. It's like maybe 45 minutes to an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually some pretty nice ruins. It's nothing giant like the Pyramid of the Sun or
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza, yeah. But it's cool. You get to learn a lot about the Mayan culture, and a lot of symbols, and some cool things like they had a tree for chicle, which is gum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it
Gum
comes
tree.
from. That's where gum comes from, is the Mesoamerica, the Maya. What was the bus ride like out there? Was it comfortable? Was it kind of crazy or yeah?
They had charter buses. It wasn't just like a school bus or something.
Uh-huh.
It was nice.
Like
I took a nap.
Like the type of stuff you'd ride with on your football team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. And of course, like you had the tour guide who would give you like lots of information on the drive there about like the culture and things about the area.
Did you get food during the excursion?
I don't think we had any food in Costa Maya. I think we waited to get back onto the ship. We ate a breakfast before we left, and then we ate after once we got back.
Nice. I think if I went back to Costa Maya another time, I'd want to try one of those excursions. I
Me
think
too.
if I were to go back, that's probably what I would want to sign up for. Because we've done the beach there, and it's a decent beach, that sort of thing. But it's not a town that's like super exciting. So I like the idea of going into the jungle and going to some ruins. That sounds fun. Tell me again the name of the ruins.
Jack Joben.
Chakchoban, Chakchoban, something like that.
Jack Joben. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like fun. So what was your next stop?
After that, so we went further south to Belize. And there we did some cave tubing and zip lining.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good. The caves were amazing. Some of the best I've seen.
Like a cenote?
Not really like a cenote, more just like a river running through the mountain.
Was it cold water?
It was pretty bearable, I would say. I mean, I don't like getting in cold water, but it was pretty warm. And then the zip lines, I was a little underwhelmed because I've been to Explore, and those are probably like the best in the world. But
It
they're
was
still
all right
fun.
though. It was fun.
Yeah.
The tubing, did you actually go in caves or underground? That sort
Yeah.
of thing.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it was fully immersed in the cave. We had headlamps that they gave us, and the guy would like kind of push our thing along.
Uh-huh.
And he was doing
Was
a
it
lot of
pretty
manual labor.
was it pretty tight?
No, it was, we had plenty of space.
Really?
There was like waterfalls, lots of stalagmites and
Mm-hmm.
stalactites.
Bats.
A couple bats, not too bad though.
It
It was cool.
it wasn't something where you'd feel really claustrophobic.
No,
Hmm.
it was good. There's
Nice.
maybe one section that was not really a squeeze, but maybe a little bit tighter than the rest. But it was, for the most part, pretty open.
How was the transportation there?
Pretty similar bus.
Yeah.
I learned that there's only like 4 stoplights or 7 stoplights in total in Belize, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what did you think of Belize? Were people speaking English there mainly?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, we passed by a school that was still going on. They had some little kids in uniform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty cool.
Going to school. Yeah,
Mhm.
for those that don't know, Belize is I guess it used to be a British colony. So it's like a one area. In fact, it used to, before it was called Belize, it was actually called British Honduras. That was the name of the country because it was uh, controlled by Britain. And so that's why it's a little pocket of English speaking within Spanish speaking areas. Although I think there's probably Spanish speaking and different, and it's kind of, I've heard, I don't know, I've never been there, but I've heard it's kind of like being to one of the Caribbean islands that's where it's English speaking, like Jamaica or something like that. But I don't know. But did you kind of get that island vibe, Sam, in Belize?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
We had to take ferries to and from shore.
Oh yeah. Tell us about that. You had
Yeah,
you witnessed kind of some craziness on that one, right?
I don't think it was to our ship, but while we were going away from shore, going back north on our cruise ship, on a ferry like got flooded or something and went overboard, and there's 17 people that needed to be rescued, and they had like the Belize Coast Guard come out. The ship launched one of its lifeboats, and they had a bunch of other boats surrounding the ferry that uh, went
It sank,
underwater.
right?
Yeah, it sank. It sank.
But everybody was saved, right?
Yeah, everybody was saved. But
Well, that provides some extra excitement.
yeah, it's funny because, well, not really funny, but we were eating dinner and we just happened to see a boat sinking outside our starboard window. And yeah,
Man.
we were just there cutting our steak, and we just see these people in the water. Felt kind
Yeah,
of bad, but that
that's a
was,
reminder because you get on those big cruise ships and you think you're in a hotel or something like that, but it's a reminder that actually you're in the ocean and you're on a ship and other boats and stuff. So that's kind of a reminder of that you're out on the water. Right?
Well, and that's like maritime law too, right? If there's somebody in distress, then all other boats around need to respond.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pretty wild. And then after that, Sam, you went to Cozumel, right?
Yep. Our final stop was Cozumel, back north. And there we didn't do anything too special. We went to apparently a renowned uh, like beach club called Mr. Sanchez, and we just chilled on the beach there.
This sounds
Nice.
fun. That sounds like my style.
Yeah, it was
Like,
really fun. They had like jet skis and boats like kind of out, to create waves.
Mm.
And then they had like a inflatable water park kind of thing, like with like
Oh.
inflatable rock walls that we climbed. It was
Like
fun.
in the ocean?
Yeah, they had like trampolines, inflatable trampolines, like out on the water.
Really?
hmm
Sounds
Cool.
fun.
Could you
Yeah.
rent the jet skis?
Probably we didn't do that, but I'm sure
Yeah.
you can find
Yeah.
a rented place for
Yeah.
that.
Oftentimes they have those toys on the beach, right? You can
Yeah.
do. How was the food there? Did you
It was
eat at
good.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yeah, I had some quesadillas. They were good.
Very nice. Well, that sounds like fun. Then you're back on the ship, huh? That was your last stop.
Yep. And then we had one more day at sea, and then we're back in Galveston after that.
So, did you meet the captain of the ship or anything like that?
Mm-mm. Not that I know of. I don't
Didn't
think
you,
that's
you
on
didn't
our
run
way.
into him in the buffet like on the Allure of the Seas, right?
Yeah, that was a fun scavenger hunt. I
Yeah.
wanted one of those.
Yeah, you
But
didn't have no
our cruise
scavenger hunt.
director was not as cool as Corey.
Really?
He wasn't as active with the
Well,
passengers.
maybe he was new. He's still learning
Maybe.
the ropes.
Well, it's just a smaller ship too. I mean, on the Allure of the Seas, they had those parades and like those big dance things in the middle of that promenade or whatever. There's a lot more for the cruise director to do on the Allure of the Seas, it seems like, because there's just like all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So on a smaller ship, you're probably not as involved in as many activities, maybe. I don't know. Overall, the staff, though, did you find that the staff on the ship was friendly?
Mm-hmm. We had a specialized waiter for our table and also a room cleaner for us, and they were both named Nenga.
Both?
Yeah,
Where were they
Nenga?
from?
How do you spell
Nenga,
that?
like Nenga, Nenga, or something
Nenga.
like that.
Were they from the same country?
I don't know. They didn't have the countries. I think they were both from like Philippines area.
hmm
So yeah, it was
Nice.
kind of a coincidence.
How did you like your cabin?
It was a little tight. We had bunk beds.
Well, there were 3 of you in the cabin, right?
Yeah. So I had the
3
lower
teenage-
bunk. Henley had the top bunk, and Mitchell had the other bed.
All right.
But it was fun.
Worked out for you, though.
Yeah. We
Good.
got along.
So would you recommend that to future cruisers?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's fun if you're young and need a cheaper option, maybe. I prefer Allure of the Seas myself. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah.
If I had to go on one of those again.
Yeah, and if you could afford to pay a little bit more, probably, right? Because that's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
So if you can upgrade.
But that was a good option for high school friends.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
hmm
Mhm.
Nice. Well, that sounds like a fun trip and something definitely to consider for everybody out there. So once again, just one of the variety of ways you can visit Mexico. So we appreciate y'all joining us today, and be sure and leave us comments. Visit our website.
Hit
We'd
that
love to
like
hear
and
from you.
subscribe button.
Exactly. Hit
Buy us a taco.
That's right.
You know the
Love-
deal.
Exactly. Join our community. We'd love to hear from you, and I'm glad you joined us today. And come back for our next episode of Mexico Revealed. All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.